Hi, this is Derek Murphy of creativity.com. I'm just going to talk a little bit quickly about autoresponders and email opt-in series because when you have an author website, you know that having an email list is the most powerful way of selling books, but you probably don't know what to do with it. So even if you set up your author website correctly and you have an email opt-in and you have a good offer, that makes people want to sign up to your list, you may not know what to do with them after they sign up. And that's a problem that we're going to talk about a little bit. Um, Many things you can do. The main thing I like to say is that for the people who are already following you, if you convince people to actually follow you and care about what you're saying and care about your books, that's already a big achievement. I wouldn't push those people to actually try to buy your books. I don't consider those people who follow you as your primary buyers. That's not really where your money is going to come from. You need to develop this kind of relationship where you're always giving more than you're getting back. So even if it's a fair trade where they pay you, $1.99, $2.99, and they buy your book and they're satisfied with it, you still want to feel like you want them to feel like you're giving more than they're giving you, so that neither side gets strained. So you want to make it kind of more personal. For me, I give away a lot of free books. So if someone likes my stuff enough to follow me, I'll make sure that always they always have a lot of free books available to them. With your autoresponder, and an autoresponder series just means a pre-written bunch of emails that get sent out over a period of time. Because what you don't want to happen is, and this is what I did with my first website, people will sign up and then they don't hear from you for a year or 2 years until you finish some book, and they totally forget who you are. So then when you email them, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to care about your book. They're not going to buy it. What you need to do is follow up every week or every month so that you stay in their minds. And you also need to be giving value so that they like you and they trust you. And as a writer, you need to be giving them samples of your work so that they know they like your work. And that's going to make them more willing to actually buy something someday in the future. And you can sell books to your list. I would just be careful with starting that way. I think you should always give away free stuff first, even if it's just an excerpt. What I might do is I might say, and there's, on the one hand, I would have my autoresponder. I might have maybe 5 emails that go out every 2 weeks, just so people don't forget who I am. And the first one might say, thanks for signing up. Here's a free book. Here's the cover. Here you can download the whole thing. If you like it, please leave a review on Amazon. 2 weeks later, I might send another one saying, hey, did you like the book? If so, please leave a review. By the way, here's the second one in the series, or here's another series I've written that you've liked. Give them another free book, or at least give them an excerpt, a long excerpt. You want to do that and follow up several times, maybe give them 3 books, follow up, try to get reviews. Then you don't really need to keep it up all the time. If they stick with you for those first 5 or 6 emails, if they download your books, even if they don't leave reviews, if they download and they like your books, then they'll probably stay interested and they'll be familiar enough with you to remember who you are. So then maybe you only give out updates when you actually have something to say. But it's important to get that first autoresponder series right so that you build a little bit of relationship on autopilot. You give them some free stuff so they like your writing. You don't have to plan that out. You just set it up one time and then it'll just go out. And then those people will be much more likely to open your emails later. So then you can just wait until you have a new project. And usually I would say, if I have a new book, maybe I'll email everybody and I'll say, here's the cover to the project I'm working on. Here's the first 2 chapters. I hope you like it. This will be available, next month or in 2 months. Send it to them, send them the excerpt, put it up on your website. A couple months later, you can check in, you can send them another chapter. It works great to serialize things that way. You could even just do your whole book that way. Every month you put out a new chapter. You don't have to give away the entire thing, but if you give away enough that they're interested in the book, when the book finally comes out, you could say, if you want to read the rest, you can please go buy it. Again, I don't sell very much to my list, so I would say the book is now available for free, and I really hope you'll leave a review. Other things that you can do, any kind of a free giveaway, you can ask them for questions and get feedback, because you don't just want to be preaching or talking down to your following. You want to kind of make an interaction. You want them to feel comfortable with you like you're a real person. So you can ask questions, you can ask for feedback. you don't always want to listen to the feedback. Like when you ask for feedback on your cover or your novel, you don't really want to take everybody's suggestions and try to work them into your project, because you can't please everybody and everybody's always going to have criticism. But offering them the chance to get involved and to be involved with what you're doing and to give their 2 cents, that's pretty valuable. It makes them feel appreciated, and it'll tighten your relationship with your followers. You can also do, I think, video interviews, because just doing things through the email or through text, you don't really build the same kind of bond. It's taken me a long time to feel comfortable making video, and I'm still really not at all comfortable making video, but it is really important for building kind of a next level bond where people actually feel like they know who you are face to face rather than just, text on a page. And so what I might do is, even in that first autoresponder series, maybe the third or fourth email after I've sent them a couple chapters, then I might say, by the way, I've made an author interview, or I have a special message, and I might send them a link to a little video where it's me offering them something or introducing myself, because that way they get to see me talking, they get to see my face. And that's kind of important, just so that it's really going to come down to whether they like your books, of course. Your books are going to be successful based on the content of your books and nothing else. But anything else that you have that you can give a little bit of push, that's going to help too. And it's kind of extra. Like after you've done your books as well as you can, you've written them, they're finished, they're published, you've done the best job you can, then it's all the other little extra things that are going to help to make you a bestseller. And part of that is your relationships with your fans. So having a video, having them know what you look like when you're talking, things like that, it'll help them to little things like maybe they'll buy your book and they'll read it, but they're not going to care enough to review it. They're not going to take the time. But if you make a video of yourself telling them how important it is to get those reviews and how much it means to you and that you really appreciate it, and you send them the link to that video, for me, I'll usually, because I really value reviews, for every book I publish, I'll have an extra offer for my fans. Like if I'm doing a paranormal mermaid romance, I'll be making little silver mermaid charm pendants that I can send to people if they review, or some little prize like that they cost less than $5 for everybody who reviews my book. Not everybody, but everybody who's on my list who I tell about the special offer. If they review the book and they get back to me and they give me their address, then I'll send them something as a way to thank them. But those kind of things that you do is just kind of the extra little personal touch. The personal relationships you make with your fans as an author will help carry you through times when maybe Amazon sales are slow, or maybe your books aren't doing that well. Your fan base can be really influential to spread your books to a wider audience. And so you need to appreciate them, but you also need to build that relationship. And that's really what an autoresponder or an email series allows you to do. Because when you're just putting things on Facebook or on Twitter, most people aren't going to see them anyway. And a lot of people aren't going to respond to them. But almost everybody opens their email. Almost everybody opens almost every email. Even if they just click to read it and trash it, that's still better than what the results you'd get putting something on Twitter or Facebook where they just don't even see it, or they just tune it out because there's so much content. Which is why email marketing is really effective, but only if you care about people and only if they know who you are. If you're just saying, hey, my book is on sale, go buy it, most people are going to ignore you. If they don't have a relationship with you, if they don't like you, because it's up to you to make the effort to build that trust through your autoresponder. And if you haven't done that, when you try to just sell them something, you're still just cold selling to a stranger. There's no reason for them to buy your book just because it's on sale, or just because you told them about it. It's not a strong enough reason. They've got to know you and like you and trust you. And hopefully they've also read enough of your writing to know that they like your writing, which is why you need to give away free books, or at least a lot of free excerpts. But those are some of the things you can be doing with your email list to build that kind of relationship, which is going to help long term. Because eventually, like when I have a new book out and I'm launching it, I'll tell my readers, my followers, I'll email my list and say, the book is available free. I really want to get some reviews up quickly. Can you please download it and put up a review? If I have 10,000 followers, I'll probably get at least 100 reviews pretty easily. I might get a lot more. And that might not sound like a lot, from 10,000 to only 100, it means most of my list is not doing anything, but maybe 1,000 people will actually download it and read it, which is good for the ranking. And even if only 100 people review it, that's 100 reviews. That's much better than the average self-publishing author is able to get. And you can only do that if you've built up a strong email list. And so that's really why you need an author website that gets a lot of traffic that you can convert into your email list. And that's also why I give away a lot of free books, because I know if I give away 10,000 free books and I have a really strong offer in the back of my book, a lot of those people are going to come over to my website and sign up for more free books. And that gives me a lot of power, having the ability to reach those people by email that you wouldn't have if you were just selling a couple books a month on Amazon. You would never build as many people on your email list as quickly as you could do if you give away free books. You don't have to give away free books forever, but I would say when you're starting out, until your books are bestsellers, until you have a big email list that you can easily use to make your books bestsellers, giving your books away for free is the most powerful and effective book marketing tool that you have in your arsenal. So it's kind of silly not to use it, or to be afraid of using it, or against using it kind of out of hand. And some people will say, well, I tried doing free book giveaways, but it didn't work for me. That's probably because you didn't do it the right way, or you didn't take the right steps to make sure that your free campaign was visible. I'll talk more about that in other videos, but there are ways to make sure when you do a free campaign, you get thousands of downloads. And when you get thousands of downloads, that's very effective as long as you're putting out a lot of content and new books, and you're always getting those free downloads. Because 1,000 downloads should easily be 10 or 20 book reviews, and those initial 10 or 20 book reviews are really important. When you set the book for sale, you need to have 10 or 20 book reviews, otherwise no one's going to buy it. Even if everything else is done really well, the book reviews matter. And so giving away the free books is kind of a way to get reviews quickly. There are other ways we'll talk about, but getting reviews is really difficult, and you don't need to make it harder than it already is. So you really have to use everything that you have control over, and the price is just one easy way to do that. I'm going to stop this video here. I'm kind of rambling. We might talk in the next video about how to get traffic to your author website, which is also really important. Thanks. Bye-bye.